Today we are diving into the Nancy and David Wolf Holocaust and Humanity Center's 2024 Cohen Family Upstander Month, celebrating resilience and courage. And joining me now to talk more about the events and the mission are Jackie Congedo, the Chief Community Engagement Officer, and Steve Coppel, son of Holocaust survivor Werner Coppel. And thank you both for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Such an important topic. Jackie, could you tell us more about the Nancy and David Wolf Holocaust Humanity Center's Upstander Month and kind of what inspired it?
Yeah, so this is a whole season to celebrate the upstanders in our community. When we think about Holocaust history and the distinction between bystanders, right, and upstanders, the question really is, how do we look at ourselves today? We can look and we can learn the history, which is critical. But the challenge the history has for us is, what are we doing in our time? What's our role? And so we want to encourage and celebrate people who have made that choice in our time to be upstanders. People who speak up, stand up when they see something that they know isn't right, and to speak up and stand up from a place of strength to really build the kind of community we all want to live in. So this is a whole month of celebrating upstanders, engaging the community in what it means to be an upstander. We've got a number of events that I know we're going to talk about, but it's a really exciting season for us.
It is exciting. I love that too, that you're recognizing these folks. So Steve, as the son of a Holocaust survivor, can you tell us a little bit more about your father's story of resilience?
Well, both my parents were Holocaust survivors. My father spent 21 months in Auschwitz, Bunamanowitz, which was the slave labor camp. The average lifespan at that camp was a couple of weeks to a couple of months. And like most survivors, he probably wondered during the war why nobody wanted to help them, and then after the war, why no one wanted to hear their stories. He had the courage and stamina to bring a wife, a child, and a suitcase to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I always wonder, where did he find the strength to start over? In the early 1970s, there was an opinion piece in the Enquirer where the head of a German-American group here in Cincinnati wrote, what's this stuff about the Holocaust, 6 million, and the Diary of Anne Frank is a fake? And when my father saw that, he was just so angry. And what he realized is that nobody responded. And that's when he said, I can't be a bystander. I have to speak up. And he started speaking in schools and groups and libraries, wherever he could go. And he's credited with being the first Holocaust survivor in the city of Cincinnati to speak publicly about the Holocaust. He didn't speak about the pain and the death and the destruction all around him. He spoke about the harm of hate and prejudice and how you have to stand up to it.
And you must be incredibly proud.
Yes. I'm part of the Coppel's Speakers Bureau, which was named in memory of my parents. And when they established the Speakers Bureau, I said, if the name Coppel is on it, I need to be a part of it. And that's when I realized that I don't know near enough to do that. And I spent countless amount of time studying, reading, reviewing tapes of my parents and my father, and just trying to prepare myself to carry on his story.
Yeah, I'm sure that's enriched your life as well.
Yes.
Yes, it has. Well, Jackie, let's talk a little bit about some of the events planned for Upstanders Month. What are they?
Yeah, so we're kicking off the month on June 2nd with our Upstander Awards Gala. We just had our finalist reveal, and so now we have a slate of 30 from 200 community nominations of people who have just done amazing things, but don't get the credit, are standing up for themselves and for other people in big and small ways. So we've got 30 finalists. We're going to narrow that down. It will be a surprise the night of the gala, the 10 winners for our community awards. It's always a great, it was a great night last year. It's going to be a great night again this year. We have a celebrity host, Deborah Messing, who's going to be joining us.
Oh, wonderful.
And so that's June 2nd. And then we move to the middle of the month on June 18th. We have a museum mindfulness yoga in the Rotunda, which you might think like, well, what does that have to do with our mission? We have this whole philosophy around character strengths, which is how you can be an upstander by picking your, being mindful of who you are and what you bring to the world and leaning into that to make the world a better place. So we have a whole sort of science of strengths and mindfulness yoga. the middle of the month, come do some yoga with us in the rotunda. We'll have food and drinks and talk about that. And then at the end of the month, you're going to be joining us
Yes,
for
I
our
am.
Upstander 5K and Museum Family Day. This is such a special day. Free admission for everybody to all of the museums at Union Terminal, including ours. And we start off with the 5K, super energizing.
High energy. Oh, I love it. Yes.
It's so much fun. And the course is right around West End, historic Union Terminal. There's great selfie opportunities. It's like a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
Then come in, learn how you can be an upstander. We have activations happening throughout the building all day. We've got service dogs there you can come and pet and meet. Different organizations in our community, arts and civic, that are really leading as upstanders, and that kids, particularly kids and families, this is a great day to bring your kids down. It's all free.
Yeah, it's kind of a festival atmosphere.
It is totally a festival, yes.
Well, Jackie, for those who may not, know much about the mission of the center, tell us a little bit about that and how it really ties in with Upstander Month.
Yeah, so the mission of our organization, the Nancy and David Wolf Holocaust and Humanities Center, is to ensure the lessons of the Holocaust inspire action today. And so if you've come to visit us at Historic Union Terminal, first of all, I have to mention that it's a really special place for us. We are the only museum in the world that we know of that has a positive, authentic connection to its site. And what does that mean? That means that survivors like Werner, Steve's dad, and his wife and his child came through that very building.
Yes.
Taking their first steps at rebuilding their lives. And now we have this incredible resource as a museum for people to learn about those stories and to be inspired to do their part in our world today. So if you come to the museum, you'll see we have an amazing gallery, our Holocaust gallery, that teaches the history. And then we have a humanity gallery, which says, okay, instead of thinking back about what I would have done back then, what am I doing now?
Right.
How do I think about my capacity to do something now, my strengths, and how can I bring that to the world? And how can I learn from other upstanders in our world today on different issues who've done those things? So to your question, this Upstander Month is really focused on celebrating, uplifting people who are doing that, who are taking the call from history, the call from people like Werner and Steve, who carries on that legacy, to say, yes, we should study the history, and it's not enough just to study the history. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing? What are we doing today? How are people 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now going to look back on the choices we made in this moment?
And how can we be an upstander?
That's it.
Yeah.
So this is about celebrating those folks.
Okay, Steve, what do you hope people take away from this month?
Well, I want the attendees to understand that everything starts with them.
Right.
And that silence is just not an option. Yeah. And so we have to stand up against hate, prejudice, and injustice, and fight it even when it doesn't apply to you. And that takes courage.
Because it can be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you're saying stand up. Where can people go for more information, Jackie?
Yeah, so holocaustandhumanity.org. You can click on our Upstander Month tab under Upstander, I believe, or events. There's a tab on events. And you can find where to register, how to join us. It's going to be a great month of events, and we hope that all of Cincinnati will come down and join us for it.
And I have been to some of those events last year. I'm telling you, great events. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you at the 5K for sure.
Okay. Well,
right.
maybe you're going to run, maybe you're not. We'll see.
Maybe. I'll see what I can do, what my capacity is. Anyway, Jackie and Steve, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything, too.